What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my FanDuel single game breakdown for Monday Night Football, Bills and Patriots. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. I'll be on live before lock for the NBA from 6:30 to 7:30. You should expect the sim results either directly before that show or sometime directly after. It's going to be up in the air depending on how the NBA slate looks. Finally, let me know in the comments section who are your favorite options at MVP and at Flex for tonight's slate. The high level stuff. 98.8 is the average fantasy points in the optimal winning lineup. 59,000 is the median salary used. 2.6 Bills, 2.4 Patriots. The Bills are 7-point favorites in New England with a 46-point game total. It is time now to dive into the MVPs. Now, this should come as no surprise whatsoever, but Josh Allen is the best MVP option on FanDuel. 16,500, got him projected for about 22 fantasy points, shows up in the optimal lineup 49% of the time. Does it on the ground, does it through the air, no-brainer, top option. Just keep an eye on his ownership. I don't have that right now, so I can't touch on it, but Allen is the most likely out of all individuals to be the top MVP. After that, give me Cam Newton at 15K. I'd rather get to Cam than Stephon Diggs. Cam shows up in the optimal about 22% of the time, Diggs just 12. But those three guys make up basically all of the MVP odds for today. After that, next closest guy is Jacoby Myers at 6.5, and then you're all down into the single digits. So it's Josh Allen, it's Cam Newton, it's Stephon Diggs, and that's really it. Unless Jacoby Myers gets no ownership, I can't imagine having someone other than those three guys. Now, the flex spot is a little bit different. Things get kind of weird here. So Cam Newton is the most frequent flex option. Because he's 15K, because you get that salary savings, he shows up in the optimal lineup 53% of the time. That's a spot that I definitely want to look to. Both he and Josh Allen are the most frequent flex options. After Cam Newton, though, we're going all the way to the bottom. 5K John Brown. Assuming he is playing today, he is going to be fantastic and wildly underpriced. He should not be 5K, should be significantly higher. Shows up in the optimal lineup 44% of the time. Again, keep an eye on it. Got to make sure he plays first. All signs lead to him playing today, and if he does, he is the second best flex option on FanDuel. After that, we start getting into the 30% guys. So Josh Allen at 16.5. You're going to prefer him at the MVP spot, but I think he's still fine at flex. Jacoby Myers at 11K. Sony Michel at 10K. Both of those guys show up in the optimal about 30% of the time. Then we drop down to Nick Folk. 8K, shows up 28% of the time. Tyler Bass, James White, both in the 25-ish percent range. This is a tough slate. The guy that I haven't said yet, Stephon Diggs, 15,500, shows up in the optimal lineup 26% of the time. He's kind of expensive for what you need today. He's going to need to get in the end zone or have one of those crazy like 12 for 140 just doesn't happen to score type games. I'm a little nervous about his price and the separation between him and the rest of the relatively higher priced guys. So I'm a little light on Diggs right now. We'll see where that goes in the end, but I could see him being in a situation where he is over-owned. Now, as I mentioned, I don't have ownership projections as of yet, so I can only kind of guess as to who I'm expecting that I'll be fading. I think Stephon Diggs is probably one of those guys. I'm assuming he picks up more ownership on his own than I will be getting to, so keep a close eye there, but I'm expecting to be a little light on Diggs. The Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Cole Beasley area, these guys have pretty low odds of being in the optimal just because of the way that pricing works. I probably only want to get one out of those three guys in any particular lineup. If anybody gets a lot of ownership, just be light on that guy. If anybody happens to get an oddly low amount of ownership there, feel free to still get there. But I'm expecting those guys to be in something like the 20% range, and I would want to be a little bit lighter than that. Gabriel Davis at 8,500 I think is a bit overpriced now. Dawson Knox at 7,500, not a guy that I have a ton of interest in. N'Keal Harry, 8K, again, not a guy that I have a ton of interest in. These are guys who are like 10%ers. So, you know, if you're playing in a 20 max, you can get to two of them if you want, but you don't want to go heavy on any of the guys that I just mentioned. I expect them to be the lighter owned guys for me as we get closer to lock. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. That is my FanDuel single game breakdown for Bills and Pats. One last reminder, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. That's the biggie. That's the only way that you can get these sim updates as we get closer to lock. Again, I'll be on the NBA Live Before Lock show tonight. No live before lock tonight. And so it's not going to be me and Adam Scher breaking it down for a half hour. I think that is probably done now that the NBA is back. So good luck tonight. Follow me on Twitter so you can get the updates. And I'll talk to you again for whenever the next NFL slate is, which I guess is Sunday. No Thursday football. I guess I'll be back Sunday for the main slate, the final week of the regular season. Enjoy.